Boys, this is rocks and soil lesson. Now we will go to see about the rock cycle. Igneous rocks are the primary rocks formed first on the earth. Which is the first rock on the earth? Yes, igneous rocks. These rocks are eroded, transported and deposited at some places to form sedimentary rocks. These rocks must be eroded, transported and deposited. For what? For the formation of sedimentary rocks. The igneous and sedimentary rocks are changed into metamorphic rocks under the influence of temperature and pressure. These igneous and sedimentary rocks, these two rocks are changed into metamorphic rocks. How? These rocks changed into metamorphic rocks. How? Under the influence of high temperature and high pressure. Okay. The metamorphic rocks are also get disintegrated. What is the meaning for disintegrated? Splitted and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. These metamorphic rocks also splitted and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. Like this, the rocks of the earth crust keep on changing from one form to another form under various natural forces and agents. So, like this way, all the rocks in the earth surface changing from one form to another form. That is nothing but igneous to sedimentary, sedimentary to metamorphic. Okay, changing and changing under various natural forces and agents. The endless process is referred as rock cycle. This process is called as rock cycle. Now, we are going to see about the uses of rocks. Rocks are useful for making cement, writing chalk, fire, building materials, ornaments, roofing materials, decorative materials, and some valuable minerals. That is nothing but gold, diamond, etc. Okay. So, these valuable materials excavated under the earth, that is in between the rock. Okay. Now, we are going to see about the soil and its formation. Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that together support life. Soil is nothing but mixture of organic matter, minerals and gases, liquids. It is known as the skin of the earth. So, what is the another name for soil? Skin of the earth. Soils are formed from rocks through the process of weathering and natural erosion. These soil formed from the rocks. How? Through the process of weathering and natural erosion. Water, wind, temperature change, living organisms and pressure differences, these all help break down parent material. Which helps the parent material? Water, wind, temperature change, chemical interaction, living organisms and pressure. It leads to the formation of loose material. So, these all materials leads to the formation of loose material, loosen the soil. Okay, these materials loosen the soils. In course of time, they further break down into fine particles. In course of time, these particles change into the very small particles. Okay, fine means what? Small and tiny particles. This way, the soil gets matured. So this way, due to this way, the soil gets matured. Now we are going to see about the soil composition. The basic components of soil are mineral, organic matter, water and air. So that is 45% of mineral particles, 25% of air, 25% of water, 5% of another organic matter. That is nothing but organisms, roots and humus. Boys, we already seen about humus. What is humus? Decayed plants and animals. Okay, that is the meaning for humus. Then next we are going to see about the soil profile. The soil profile is defined as the vertical section of the soil from the ground surface and extends downwards. So this soil profile is nothing but vertical section. Vertical means what? Straight line of the soil from the ground surface extends downwards. Okay, no upwards, downwards. Next we are going to see about the classification of soils. First one is alluvial soil. These soils are found in the regions of river valleys, floodplains and coastal regions. So what is coastal regions? Sea regions. Okay. These are formed by the deposition of silt by running water. What is the meaning for silt? Fine sand. Very light sand. It is suitable for the cultivation of sugarcane, jute, rice, wheat and other food crops. Alluvial soil is best for the cultivation of sugar, jute, rice, wheat and other food crops. Black soil. These soils are formed by weathering of igneous rocks. What is weathering? Dissolving of rocks and minerals. It is retentive of moisture. Retentive meaning is power. It is ideal for growing cotton. It is best for cotton cultivation. Okay. Black soil is best for cotton cultivation. Red soils. These soils are formed by weathering of metamorphic rocks and crystalline rocks. The presence of iron oxide makes this soil brown to red in color. These red soil consist of rich iron oxide. So only this soil is in red color. Usually soil is in brown color only. Yes or no? Yes, but due to the presence of iron oxide, this soil converted into red color. It is usually found in semi-arid regions. It is not a fertile soil. It is suitable for millet cultivation. So it is not a fertile soil. It is suitable for only millet cultivation. Laterite soils. These are the typical soils of tropical regions. Tropical is nothing but very heat region, hot regions. These soils are found in the regions which experienced alternate wet and dry condition. As these soils are formed by the process of leaching, it is infertile. Leaching is nothing but filter. It is suitable for plantation crops like tea and coffee. Boys, what are the plantation crops? Tea, coffee, rubber, pepper, cashew. These are all called plantation crops. Laterite soil is best for tea and coffee cultivation. Plantation crops cultivation. Mountain soil. These soils are found over the slopes of mountain. Soils in these regions are thin and acidic. In mountainous region, soil are very thin and acidic. However, characteristics of soil differs from region to region based on the altitude. Altitude is nothing but height from the land level. Desert soils. These are sandy soil found in the hot desert regions. These desert soil only found in desert regions. These soils are porous and saline. These soils are porous and saline. Since it is infertile, agriculture in these soils are not so successful. So these soils are infertile soil. So we can't do agriculture in these soils. Soil erosion. Soil erosion is the removal or destruction of the top layer of soil by natural forces and human activities. Soil erosion is nothing but removal of the top layer of the soil. So this is only enough for 2 mark. Okay. What is soil erosion? Removal of the top layer of the soil by natural forces and human activities is called soil erosion. Soil erosion reduces the fertility of soil. This soil erosion decreases the fertility of soil, which in turn reduces the agriculture productivity. So our agriculture system also collapsed. Running water and wind are the major agents of soil erosion. So what are the major agents of soil erosion? Running water and wind. Now we are going to see about the layers of soil. What is the first layer? Organic layer. It is nothing but humus. So what is humus? Decayed plants and animals. Next layer is topsoil. Next one is subsoil. Next one is parent material. That is nothing but parent rock. We already seen about this parent rock. Next one is bedrock. Soil conservation. Soil conservation is the process of protecting the soil from erosion to maintain its fertility. This soil conservation is nothing but protecting the soil. Protect the soil is called what? Soil conservation. For what purpose we have to protect the soil? We have to protect the soil from erosion to maintain its fertility. We have to maintain soil's fertility. So we have to protect the soil. Next we are going to see about use of soil. The minerals in the soil help to grow the crops and plants. Minerals in the soil helps to grow in crops and plants. It is used in making pottery. Also it is used in pottery making. It is a source of material for construction and handicraft work. So it is very useful in construction work and handicraft work. It acts as natural filter of water and purifies it. Soil is a natural filter. It purifies the water. Soil support ecosystem. So soil supports our ecosystem. Rocks and soils are the important renewable natural resources. So these two are the important renewable natural resources. So what is the renewable resources? We can produce again and again. That is only called renewable resources. What is the example for renewable resources? Wind energy, solar energy. These are the example for natural resources. Renewable natural resources. Nowadays, rock-based companies are in increase, which provide employment to a sizable population. Nowadays, this rock-based industries increased. These industries provide employment to the large number of people. As India is an agriculture country, the proper management of soil resource will lead to sustainable food production. Our country fully dependent on agriculture. So we have to protect our soil for what? Then only we have the sustainable food production. Thank you.